Uh-oh, Brazy.
Yeah.
Looks like they back for a fifth season, man.
Who that?
Sports Roundtable.
Who?
SRT Crew.
Whoa.
SRT. They got that realness flowing in they DNA. Damn you lame if you ain't tuned to SRT today. HO got that payload when he say so. What you betting on? Don't get mad at me on fantasy. Break up Kyrie LeBron. I be smooth as sports superhero Hancock in the mix. Deal with roll tide forever. Real talk, you know who he gon' pick. See where I be with SRT behind the glass. That G-Money. Made with a strong. I never lose. 6-man elite. That's J Smooth.
All you other sports radio shows is fake news. Believe it. Turn up your radios, cause it's time for SRT Radio. Yeah.
What up? It's the Sports Roundtable, and we're live in our virtual studios overlooking the great state of Georgia and is it Pennsylvania?
It's Pennsylvania.
And Pennsylvania, yes, sir. So there we go. We are in the build. I'm HO from Bankhead, your humble host, and I got the Reb and Coach with me tonight as I went to the bullpen. And guys, I appreciate you coming through as always. And speaking of bullpen, and I'm glad Reb got his shirt on because we got to talk about them Braves. God Almighty. Woo! Lord have mercy, we got to talk about these Braves. But, man, we got a great show. Hopefully, we got Bo Bell coming on tonight as a special guest straight from Paris. He was at the Olympics. He got firsthand knowledge of what he saw in the USA team. So he said he would be coming on around 8:30 just to top it up with us, man. And so hopefully he can make that happen. I did send him the link. And so around 8:30, we should get some firsthand knowledge of what it was like to be over in the Olympics, to see and witness what we witnessed. Before we even get started, Reb, you've been kind of down and out. I hope you're feeling better.
I am feeling better, man.
Vacation did you great. Before we even jump into anything, you want to give us your thoughts on the Olympics and what you saw, what was good about it, what you didn't like about it, what you didn't what didn't you care about it?
If I could start from the rear, what
Please.
didn't care for and what I didn't like about it was the breakdance.
I was one of those. I'm in your camp.
Yeah, they could do away with the breakdancing. It's something that was a nice thought, but the execution and the event is just not attractive to be a regular sport for the Olympics. So that would definitely be the thing that I would say get rid of, didn't like about it. The basketball came off great, and I'm a basketball guy. So I have to give love to the two final games, gold medal games, with USA and France in both games. And who would ever thought that the women's game would come down to the wire and the women of USA would only win by 1 point. So that was great TV. The women of France showed up, showed out, and almost came away with the gold. So I'm a basketball guy, so that's what I loved about the Olympics. And then also the performance by Steph Curry. I mean, what a performance down the stretch, drilling 4 clutch threes. I mean, if you're a basketball fan, I was a shooter. I wasn't the greatest athlete, so I fell definitely in love with the performance of Steph Curry. And I'm a LeBron guy, and I know a lot of people thought that Steph should have won the MVP, but it's about the whole medal round or all of the rounds. And LeBron was the most consistent player for USA from the exhibition games all the way to the gold medal games.
Right.
So that's why, people want to hate on LeBron, but he was well deserving of the MVP for basketball. If it was just for the Final Four, for the championship game, a gold medal game, then Steph definitely would have deserved it with the performance he put on the last 2 games.
So we talked about last week. We said LeBron won MVP, but Steph won the moments. Do you agree with that?
No doubt about it. I mean, the two last games. I mean, he had the greatest two moments with the shooting exhibition that he put on. So I have no debate against what you said in terms of Steph winning the moments and LeBron winning the MVP.
Yeah. This is how the Heisman Trophy is won in college football, having moments like Steph had. So maybe if they was giving out the Heisman Trophy, then maybe Steph would have won that in the Olympics. Well,
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
but we got some hot news, man. We got the start of college football coming up this week, and we're gonna hit the transfer portal. And we got to talk about the quarterbacks that has transferred. Who do you think do well in a new space, a new spot? And I got a couple of NBA rumors that we need to talk about. Again,
Okay.
if you know me, we don't start rumors. We just talk about them once they come out. We do not start rumors. We just talk about them when they come out. So shout out to Dez, always my main man on the chat line, being in here chopping it up with us. And so yeah, that's gonna be it for the hot news. And then of course we got ballers, busters, and boy stops. We did the NFL inductees last week, but we'll give Rev a chance to speak on his NFL inductees and who he liked, who what was sentimental, who deserved. I think all of them deserve, to be honest with you. So I'm not even gonna go down that path. And what in the world is going on with the Atlanta Braves? Got to talk about that, even though they won last night. So we got to talk about that. And the NFL talk. Why is Aaron Rodgers such the talk of, takes up most of the NFL time when the NFL season gets here? I mean, that's a whole nother story. But we'll get into all of that. With that being said, we're about to jump into some hot news. And of course, the hot news is sponsored by our good old friends, Big Easy Grill, 1193 Collier Road, Atlanta, Georgia. Big Easy Grill is the place to be. The best Louisiana seafood in town. Don't believe me? Soon you'll be able to ask Coach and Rev about.
Uh-oh. Horace did a dip on us. Yeah. He said it's sponsored by the Big Easy Grill. Yeah, one of these days you're going to be able to ask us about it, because one of these days we going to go there. All right, Rev, I'm going to keep it going until Horace dives back in. I don't know where he went. What quarterback do you think is going to be the most impressive quarterback that transferred to another school?
So I'm going to give you one that some folk. Okay, Horace back. All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Coach was about to pinch hit for you as the host.
There you go. They look, went to the bullpen and to the bench. All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so again, the Big Easy Grill, and all right, so college football starting off this week, the 24th, and we got a game down at the Dome. Is it the Dome? I mean, the Mercedes-Benz this week? Is it the
No, they're in Ireland.
Ireland, that's right. The Georgia Tech game in Ireland, right?
Yep. They playing Florida State in Ireland. I don't know why, but they take it where it is.
All right, Cole, we'll start with you. The Florida, 12 o'clock, 24th, the Georgia Tech Florida State game this week. Your thoughts on week 0 in the college football? Does it even make sense to even have a week 0? And your thoughts on two quarterbacks that got to prove themselves? DJ Walla and the Haynes boy down at Georgia Tech.
Haynes King,
Haynes King trying to cement themselves. All right, your thoughts on, and why is it? Well, I guess 12 o'clock is the best time for it because they're over the water. But your thoughts on college football starting this early, and your thoughts.
That week 0 stuff is a cute little name they came up with, because the official season starts next week with everybody pretty much get into the swing of it, and everybody's playing. I think next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday, everybody be playing. But this week 0 stuff is cute. You got a few games, and the Georgia Tech Florida State game. You know, everybody's saying Florida State is this and that, but Haynes King for Georgia Tech is very legit at quarterback. He may even be the best quarterback in the ACC. If you hear a lot of people talking, he may be the best. And he got a tough one. Okay, Florida State lost a lot, lost wide out quarterback, defensive players. So I don't see it being a blowout it usually is with Georgia Tech. I think Georgia Tech has improved. I don't know how well defensive wise, but King is a Lamar Jackson kind. He'll run in a minute and he can throw. So it's going to be a good game for Florida State right off the bat to play an improved Georgia Tech team.
Wow.
Okay. All right, Red, what you got on the
I don't
game?
trust any team that has DJ as their quarterback. I don't trust it. So I suspect that Florida State would take a huge step back. Clemson hadn't been the same since he was the quarterback. Oregon State didn't do much with him as the quarterback. And I don't know why Florida State would want him, but, you know, they lost their stud quarterback last year. So I guess they had to go to the portal and get somebody to avoid starting somebody who had no college experience. But I'm not sure about what Georgia Tech really has. I know their new coach is still in the process of implementing their system. I think he's in year 3 now. And so, you know, I think he's got the talent that he wants. Do I think they have enough talent to beat Florida State? I don't think so. So I think it'll be a close game, as Coach said, but I believe Florida State will pull it out. But I don't think Florida State will be doing anything big in the ACC. So, you know, I'm looking forward to just seeing some college football be the first game of the year, and then the full season will kick in starting next Thursday. So just be looking forward to seeing some good ACC football. And I would like to see Georgia Tech step up and show that they'll be a formidable ACC opponent this year. They've been, you know, in the rears, and they got set back when they were playing that wishbone offense, and it took them plenty of years to recover from that. They had to go through one coach after the wishbone to another coach, you know. So we'll see if they have really stepped up to be a competitive football team. And really, Georgia, the state of Georgia needs this. Like, it's a better world when Georgia Tech is relevant. Right. We know Georgia's going to be relevant for until Kirby retires. So we need Georgia Tech to be a formidable rival. Right.
And as Mr. Martin is on in the chat line, he said, go Rambling Wreck.
Starting in Berlin.
Yeah. All right. So what I think I heard you say was Florida State will pull it out based on their defense and not their quarterback.
Oh, for sure. I think Florida State probably still has more talent. You know, I don't expect DJ to have a world beater game, but yes, Florida State better rely on this defense, because if they rely on the arm of DJ, then they might as well cancel any type of victories going forward. He's a game manager. He's not a playmaker. He's a game manager.
There you go. All right, we got some folks in the chat line. Mr. Martin said, what's going on, fellas? Wallace said, what's going on, fellas, as well. And guess who's else in the chat line? My main man, Mr. Red, is up in there.
What's going on, Red?
Red.
Yes, sir.
He said those jokes across from Cole don't make it. He's a huge Georgia fan.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I got to bring my other guy in on this as well to talk about. He's right on time. Mr. D. Will, the coach, is coming in, hanging out with us as well. My main man, all the way from the Gump, Mr. Roll Tide himself is in the building. So that we are really in the hot news. We talk about this game this week and how Georgia Tech and Florida State matches up across the water. D. Will, I'm gonna let you go for what you think of the game, and what do you think about college football naming this week 0?
What's up, fellas? What's going on, my party peoples? Man, glad to be on. Hey, but check it. Florida State gonna beat the hell out of Georgia Tech. They gonna beat the hell out of Georgia Tech. So I'm saying it's great that we get football this weekend. Just to be honest, man, I don't know about y'all over there in the A across the state line, but man, we woke up. It was about 65 degrees around here this morning. So when you wake up early in the morning, you smell it, you feel it, and it just feels like football season. And y'all know over here in Alabama, when we say football season, we ain't talking no damn NFL. We're talking about real deal gritty football season. So I didn't hear what y'all had to say about week 0, but I'm telling you, I'm ecstatic about week 0. If you can give me extra weeks of college football, give them here. I will take them. I don't care how I have to get them. I don't care what the game's like. I don't care how lopsided they are. If you're going to give them to me, I'm going to take them. So I'm excited for this game this weekend, to be honest with you. Like I said, I think Florida State going to beat the hell out of Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech get a new regime, new head coach coming in, so it's going to be a little different for them. But Florida State, man, I think they got something to prove. The way they got treated last year, I think Norvell's going to come out with those guys and have them ready to get it busy. And if they do, I think it's going to be a massacre. However, it's still to be college football.
All right, we're going to switch gears real quick. Speaking of college football, we're going to jump right into the transfer portal with the quarterbacks in their new spots. And as I'm looking at On3.com, this is the source. They got Dillon Gabriel as the number 1 quarterback in the transfer portal rank.
Yeah.
And they got Cam Ward, his new school is Miami, ranked 2, with Will Howard ranked 3 at Ohio State. Riley Leonard 4th at Notre Dame, and Tyler Van Dyke from Miami to Wisconsin, ranked 5th. KJ Jefferson going to UCF. All right, we can stop it right there. DJ,
You're gonna be here all day if you're gonna name all of them.
Yeah, let's stop it right there. All right, D. Will, I'm gonna let you start first on that. Who do you think will have the biggest impact from the transfer portal as far as the quarterback position?
Riley Leonard coming from Duke over to Notre Dame. We've seen him get that. You see the cut cliff running through him. That kid he can play, man, right? Coming off a little bit of an injury, so we still got to see what he looks like mobility-wise. However, I think Riley Leonard is going to be somebody, because we understand who Notre Dame is, right? They're going to get the recognition. They're going to be on TV every Saturday. He's going to get talked about on all the 4-letter and 3-letter network sports shows. They're going to continuously talk about the Golden Domers, right? And I really believe Riley Leonard's going to ball out. I think he is a top 5 quarterback going into next year's draft. I think he's a surefire first rounder. He has the size, he has the mobility, he has the arm strength, he has the IQ. So I think him going over there to help Notre Dame and to help Coach Freeman out, I'm interested to see what they're going to do. And I'm a little biased. He is an Alabama kid. He's from right here from Mobile. So it makes a difference. I'm glad to see him doing well. But I think he really is, like, the prognosticators are high on him. I'm not sure how high everybody is on Notre Dame, but we understand with them being an independent, they're going to be in the mix. And the playoff committee is going to make sure they include Notre Dame. If they have the record to do so, they're going to include Notre Dame some kind of way in that 12. And with them being in that 12, that means Riley Leonard has balled out. So I'm going to lean towards that way. And I think Riley Leonard is the most intriguing for me transfer quarterback this year going into the season.
All right, we're going to go from that way to this way. So, Coach, you next.
As much as I hate to say it, and I'm going to probably need to go throw up after I say it, Dillon Gabriel from Oregon looks like a good candidate to be that dude. He already going to a team that's pretty much loaded with wideouts, and talent on that offense. And he was a great quarterback at Oklahoma. So now he goes into a situation where they're being projected as one of the teams that's going to make the playoffs and could challenge for the national championship. Okay, I said it now. I'm not be sick anymore. And also, the one that's on the hottest seat of all, unfortunately for him, Will Howard at Ohio State. Because if Ohio State don't beat Michigan this year, he gone. Ryan Day is gone. The Buckeye may be gone. The fans may be gone. Everybody gonna leave if they don't beat Michigan this year. So, yeah, Dylan Gabriel and Will Howard are the two that I'm looking at.
Okay. All right, Red, what you got? I know you probably gonna have to say a prayer for D. Will and Coach before you start, huh?
Well, no, I definitely have to say a prayer for D. Will, because
You know you do. Please, Rev, I need all the love I can get. I need it. Please get to it.
I can see there's a whole lot of Alabama bias in his conversation.
Oh, Lord.
Because I just can't see how he came up with that. Came up with that person he listed, because Dylan Gabriel, I mean, the dude, as I'm doing my research, he leads the nation in career starts, wins, passing yards, passing touchdowns. He started out at UCF, balled out, went to Oklahoma, balled out, transferred to Oregon. They got nothing but ballers because the head coach up there came from Georgia, and he already set up the team to be an SEC team. So you know he's going to have studs on offense, wide receivers, and running backs. So it's already set up for him, like Coach said, to be successful. Now, I'll give you a dark horse, even though his team probably will not be in the playoff hunt, and it's a Georgia guy. Don't be surprised if Brock Vandagriff balls out in Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if you see Brock Vandagriff get on the mainstream, because he's in a good position. The keys are his. Kentucky has some talent. Unfortunately, they're just now in the same conference. They're in the same conference with not just Georgia, Alabama, but you got to add Texas and Oklahoma, and that's just too much for Kentucky to overcome because they don't have the depth that those other programs have.
Hey, Rev, I just got a text. They said the only reason Gabriel lead the NCAA in games started is because Bo Nix just got he just
Listen,
got
he's been there 50 years. He gave me stats. He better have them stats. He's been in school for 7 years.
Well, but he's balled out wherever he's gone.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
But then, hey, hold on, H.O. Hold on. Rev threw a shot about me having my Alabama bias. Then gonna come with the Georgia Vandagriff boy at Kentucky. Come on, man.
Hey, Coach, ain't that's what we say sports is all about? Competitive banter that has a little elbow shot here and a little elbow shot there, and yada yada, and this and this and that.
Got to take a couple rabbit punches here and there. It's okay.
Yeah, well,
listen, ain't nothing wrong right behind the ear. That's still legal.
There you go.
Except for Donald Trump.
I'm probably gonna get crucified for this one, but I'm gonna say it anyway because hey, it is what it is. Malik Murphy. Unexpected. Duke is not expected to do anything in the ACC. But
more bias, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
but listen, I'm a Duke basketball fan, not a Duke football fan. So it pains me to even talk about Duke football altogether. So, but the reports, when I'm going through my Duke basketball readings, every once in a while I would get a note that Malik Murphy looked good today in practice, yada yada yada. So I'm like, okay, let me take another step into reading about what they got going on. And I would say this: if you're a betting man, Duke football is where you go to get all of your fruit cups and everything coming up this season. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
So
because
can I?
they're going to be the underdog most of the time. So take the points, give up the points, however you want to do it. I'm telling you, it's always that team every year that's going to get you at least betting wise 7 to 8 wins if you just roll with them.
So can I ask you a question, Horace?
Yeah.
I want to ask, how did you come to that conclusion that he's going to do some work? Is it based on Duke's coaching? Because it surely can't be based on what he did at Texas.
Not what he did at Texas. Just the reports that I've gotten from the insiders at Duke that reports on the basketball team and the football team. They saying he's looking ACC Player of the Year caliber.
Now, insiders at Duke basketball, they know what championship basketball players look like.
Well, I'm glad you said that.
Duke football, that's a little questionable.
I'm glad I'm glad you said that, because rumor has it that Miami is throwing darts at everybody because they're about to lose the Boozer twins in Miami to Duke.
Ooh.
Yeah. But anyway, that's whole.
I'm saying, but is that a shock? You feel me? Like, they daddy went there. Like,
I just, you know, I just, it just felt good.
Hold on, time out. Real. You see how this conversation then flip? Coach, you see how I told you the bias, somehow I knew the corner was going to turn. That's why I called it. I knew it was going to turn.
But I told you before I even started that, look, I'm going to get killed for this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
But y'all diss my Riley Leonard take? He came from you.
No, I like Riley. Listen, I love your take. That, I think, matter of fact, he was my second choice.
Now, but we said the best, right? Not the hometown. We said the best.
Impactful.
Okay.
Who we think was going to be more impactful.
Yeah. And that's just because I think Notre Dame's going to compete. I think Notre Dame's going to compete.
So you think Notre Dame is going to be more competitive than Oregon?
I got to see Oregon in the Big Ten. I'm still not trusting it. I love their roster. I love what they got on paper. But I got to see them compete in the Big Ten and go up against those big boys every week. This ain't the Pac-12. I'm listen, it's a show me type of thing. And Notre Dame, USC sucks. They don't have to worry about them this year. So they have a favorable schedule.
Whoa. Hold it.
Coach, it's okay.
No, it's not.
You know I'm telling the truth.
That's
Man,
okay.
Coach said Mac Miller has thrown, 7 careers? He threw 6 touchdowns in the bowl game, right?
Yes, sir. Miller Mouse.
Yeah, him, Miller Mouse. I said.
Look at Red. I knew Red.
How many people sat out that game? I mean,
hey, listen, who played? Who played?
Like if you plan on going into the new season based on 6 touchdowns in an insignificant bowl game, you deserve everything that's coming to you. You deserve everything that's coming to you.
I love it.
All right, man. That's pretty fun. All right, let's get to these rumors. Again, SRT here on the SRT show. We don't start the rumors. We only talk about them once they come out. Rumor has it that Jeff Bezos and the Boston Celtics could be coming down to a deal. The next rumor is Walt Disney. We talked about LeBron James, but Walt Disney via ESPN could be in play for Las Vegas. Out of those two rumors, which one do you think has legs? All right, Red, we'll start with you.
I would have to go with Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
And Boston Celtics. Walt Disney and Las Vegas seem very oxymoronic to me. That's a children's brand in Sin City. That just doesn't mesh with me. But Jeff Bezos has the money. He probably needs to get some more money after his divorce that he just had. So might as well go and get a sure thing with Boston their team is lined up to make millions of dollars for many years because they got the roster, they got the coaching staff, they got the market, they got the history. So that just makes perfect sense for Jeff Bezos, who has gobs of money, to go ahead and make some more money by buying the Boston Celtics. And again, it's a branding thing for me with Walt Disney and Las Vegas. That just seems very oxymoronic because Walt Disney is primarily a brand for children. And that just doesn't seem like a good
All right,
fit.
so the rumored number is $6 billion for Boston. That's the rumored number to buy the team.
Ooh.
That ain't nothing for Jeff.
And right, they said he got that sitting up under the couch.
He probably got that in the closet, man.
Yeah, would it make any difference if I take Walt Disney out and put ESPN in as the sole owner of Las Vegas? Remember, they just went to ESPN Bets, which is in, they done got into the field of gambling. Mm-hmm. And what better way to solidify that is to buy a team in Vegas? Would that change your mind?
I think there would be a conflict of interest because they have a television deal with the NBA for at least the next 10 years with this new television bargaining agreement. So I don't necessarily see how that could be done with them already having some of the rights to air the games. So even though they're with the bets, which, is going to make them some money, I just can't see them owning an NBA team when they are broadcasting the whole league. That just seems like a conflict of interest.
And the article strategically put it that way because they wanted Walt Disney to be the front person instead of ESPN, which we all know, it's sort of like Clutch Sport, LeBron James, whatever, however they go. But would Jeff Bezos have a conflict of interest too with his new deal with the NBA? Could that possibly take him out of contention of buying the team if Amazon Prime is a part of the rights to show the NBA?
Is Jeff still the CEO of Amazon?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Unless his divorce says different. I think so.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would make sense. It would be a conflict of interest if he's still the operating CEO of Amazon and they're going to be broadcasting games. I look at it just a little bit differently because Amazon's a new player to the game. ESPN is a stalwart of the NBA, and they always have, been basically producing games for the NBA. So that just kind of seemed a little bit different. But I mean, it could be a conflict of interest if Jeff Bezos is still a part of Amazon.
All right, let me go down to Coach and see what Coach got to say. Not D. Will, Coach, but Coach.
I agree with Rev because Disney and Las Vegas, they don't go together. How are you going to market that? Yes, come kids, come ride the stripper pole, stuff like that. Come on, man. You're not going to be able to market that with Disney in Las Vegas, of all the places, just like Rev said, Sin City. So Jeff Bezos makes more sense because, like y'all just got to talking about, he can find $9 billion in the back of his car, or anywhere. So that's not a problem with him. That Disney thing, I'm glad that's just a rumor because you can't put Disneyland in Las Vegas. That kind of stuff will never take place for anywhere. So I go with the Bezos thing with Boston first.
All right, Vincent got a little something that may add a little spice to this.
I don't know if that's accurate. I saw that comment and I just did the research, and according to what I just saw, Art Moreno is the owner the Anaheim Angels, not Disney.
Yeah, I think Disney used to, but not no longer. All right, D. Will, what you got? Which one of those rumors, in your opinion, has legs, and which one would you like to see actually happen?
To be honest with you, I don't like either one of them. I don't want to see either one of those happen. For the case of Jeff Bezos, it kind of gives me a little bit of an eerie feeling. It gives me a little bit of Elon Musk to Twitter, right? Yeah. The overly rich person that's going to come in without knowledge of the industry and just change everything up, right? Twitter hadn't been the same since it changed to X, right? Let's just be honest with you. Like, so I really don't like the Jeff Bezos going to Boston, because what is Jeff Bezos? And I understand that it's a business and he's a business owner and he's one of the greatest to ever do it, due to seeing his net worth, right? So if that's the case, cool, fine. But it doesn't sit right with me to see those overly rich, wealthy guys get into industries that they hadn't always been in. It's like they're going in there to change something. And Boston, listen, it's all about the dollar bill, y'all. But if the NBA was smart, I probably would keep Jeff Bezos as far away from the NBA as I possibly could, right? Just him, I think he's toxic. Anybody worth that much money, I'm hating, okay? I'm telling you, I'm a hater. Anybody with that much money is toxic, period, right? And they're going to bring toxicity to your organization. So let's keep Jeff Bezos away. And the fact of Las Vegas and Disney, I feel you. Ain't a bigger oxymoron than that. It's not in the world, right? Like, I ain't gonna go as far as coaching the stripper pole, but it is night shows. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't go. Vegas is like Rail said, it's Sin City, right? And we understand. We do this. We sit on here and we talk sports, so we understand how cookie cutter ESPN is because they're Walt Disney. They censored Pat McAfee so much that his whole show has almost changed. They censored Paul Feinbaum so much that his show has completely changed, right? So I don't see Walt Disney being able to get in bed with Las Vegas and the NBA and be able to do something that is productive and not counterproductive for the brand of the NBA. And we got to stop looking at it just because they got the money. Just because it's an easy transaction, we have to stop making it transactional. It has to be transformational. It has to be something that's going to uplift and change the game. Just not be the person that can bring in the dollar bill to make it all easy. So I don't like either one of those, if you ask me, for those two reasons.
Hey, can I say something real quick? I think you just got on Reb's side because I think you're preaching right now. I think you done got on Reb's side because you're preaching right now.
I'm staying out the pulpit. Please believe me.
I think Reb is his next sermon is going to be centered around friendship and how you can disagree to agree. So, hey, man, listen. That was good.
You can have the transactional versus transformational.
I'll tell you what was preaching. That transformational versus transactional.
There you go. He gonna use that, D. Will. I promise you that. And that's fine.
Hey, listen, he got the rights. He got the rights.
Absolutely. So what if Bezos say, I got cash for you, and if I can't do Boston, I just go out to Vegas and do Vegas?
I think Bezos works better in Vegas, if you ask me, right? I see him. That doesn't bother me as much, right? Because I see him as a snake anyway. So a snake in Vegas doesn't bother me, right? And I just still, on the serious side, I want to make sure the NBA is understanding what they're doing, right? When you bringing others in, like, we've stopped black owners that were able from doing it because they were black owners. They didn't want blacks in. So listen, if you're gonna be that way, continue to be that way, right? We don't need to let Jeff Bezos into the world of basketball. That's just because things are going to change, in my opinion, for the worse.
So let me interject, though. This is where I'm going to disagree with D. Will, I guess, in this case. If Jeff Bezos were to get into basketball, it would be better for him to get into a ready-made machine. Las Vegas, you start from scratch. You have nothing in place. And because, to your point, D. Will, that he doesn't have the basketball resume, he wouldn't really know the right people to hire to really build a franchise from ground up. The one thing that he would have in Boston is Brad Stevens.
True.
Brad Stevens is a genius. He was a genius as a basketball coach, even though Boston didn't win a championship with him, but they were relevant with him. And then he was the one who organized the current team, which ultimately brought them a championship. So it would be easier for him to transition into Boston because all he got to do is write checks.
True.
Let Brad Stevens run the operation. He just cut the checks and make money because he got a basketball guy who obviously knows what he's doing.
Let me ask you this, because I totally agree with that point. Do we trust Jeff Bezos to do that? I put Jeff Bezos more in the form of Jerry Jones than I do of Robert Kraft, right? I put him more along those lines of somebody who wants to be involved, right? And if he gets involved, will it be a button of heads between him and Brad Stevens? Because we all know big bank take little bank. So if Jeff Bezos is walking through the door, it's going to be Jeff Bezos' way. No matter if you like it or not, if it's good or bad for the league, if it's good or bad for your franchise. That's why I say I think he's toxic. So I agree with your point. It will be easier for him to go there because he don't got to do no work, right? Everything is in line. They're world champions and in my opinion, are looking to be back-to-back world champions. So like I said, it's a ready-made situation for him, but I still don't like him being involved.
That's fair.
Let me throw a curveball at you guys and ask you this. What if the NBA sees how Vegas is so attractive that the NBA inherits and buys the Las Vegas team and kind of monitor that situation, and all of the money that they possibly did not get in this this new collective bargaining agreement, they can make it up by owning the Las Vegas team?
I think they're going to stay away from something like that, Horace, because when they owned the New Orleans Pelicans, that didn't go too well.
Yeah.
And it seemed like there were some issues because, to this day, Los Angeles Lakers fans are mad with David Stern.
Come on, man.
He vetoed the Chris Paul trade to the Los Angeles Lakers would have teamed up CP3 with Kobe Bryant. So those type of moves are not good for the NBA because the NBA is going to always do what's best for the NBA. And therefore, that would give the Las Vegas franchise an unfair advantage. So I think the NBA will stay out of the owning business because it kind of compromises the league, because the league is going to always do what's in their best interest. And if they own a team, surely they're going to do what's in the best interest of that team. So I think they got to stay away from that to avoid any appearance of NBA evil.
Right. I can agree with that. It was just a thought. And because we don't want every All-Star game in Las Vegas from here on out. That's
the definition. That's the definition of conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Like, come on. The NBA owns an NBA team. Of course, they're not going to do right by the players. Stop it. Chris Paul's career is what it is today because of David Stern, right? Chris Paul would be an NBA champion and a top 2 or 3 maybe point guard of all time. However, he's not because he hadn't won championships.
Right. Yeah. Did y'all actually see the interview of Gina Buss and what actually happened in that situation?
I haven't.
Nope.
It was, the trade was going down, and there was some folks talking about the NBA can't be involved because it was supposed to be remember, it was a lockout. Mm-hmm. And in the lockout, no transactions could be going on. And because the NBA was the owner of the team at the time, they definitely can't be, you can't exercise the rule and then go behind closed doors and do a deal behind. So when the deal didn't go through, the I think what the GM, the owner, or somebody left New Orleans, and that's when they went. The Los Angeles Lakers just said, "Well, you know what? I'm going another direction." That's how Lamar Odom got there. It was just some red tape. Now, if it wasn't for the lockout, then now it's a whole nother story.
Now listen, I'm a Lakers fan, so I'm not going to sit here and play a violin for the Lakers because we know the transactions that they got done after that. Let's not talk about the Pau Gasol transaction. They got him for peanuts, literally peanuts in a baseball game. That's what they got. Peanuts in a baseball game for Pau Gasol. And we see what that turned into. It turned into back-to-back world champions for the Lakers in the Kobe days. So I'm not going to sit here and act like they still don't flourish off bad deals because they've had more bad deals in their favor than that one that wasn't.
Yeah.
I just had to play devil's advocate. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Definitely good on that. All right, man. Well, let's go ahead and transition on to our, and I'm glad I got D Will on here for our baller, busters, and boy stop. Let's see here. Let me get into my. There we go. Ballers, busters, and boy stop. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start it off, fellas. I'm gonna go ahead and give you my ballers, and everybody in the chat, give me your baller, your busters, and your boy stop for the week. The ball is somebody did good. Your buster is somebody who just a buster. And the boy stop, you just cannot believe that this happened. Simple as that. My baller this week goes out to going back to the Olympics. KD and Anthony Edwards. For somebody to hang out with their idol for 2 weeks. And the idol to take him under his wing and just endorse him. I think Edwards enjoyed hanging out with KD probably more than he actually liked playing. I mean, your childhood idol, you go to the Olympics with. Let's think about it. You go to the Olympics and you play with him and you hung with him everywhere he went, and y'all were together like y'all were best friends. I mean, what can you imagine the feeling that Ant Edwards had? Now, I would say this. I think the NBA need to be on the lookout for Ant-Man next year because that did nothing but just boost his confidence. Can you imagine the earful of confidence KD was spewing into his mind about him being the next guy? I mean, just imagine. But that's my baller this week, KD and Ant-Man. For hanging out at the Olympics. All right, which way I'm going to go? All right, I'm going to go to the right. All right, Red, what you got for your baller?
My baller is that bad woman for the Indiana Fever. Literally changed the trajectory of the WNBA. And that's Caitlin Clark. She's been balling, averaging 26, 27 plus the first 2 games since they came back from the break. 2 big-time victories over teams that are ahead of them in the standings, Phoenix Mercury and the Seattle Storm. So Caitlin Clark is living up to the billing. She's starting to separate herself from Angel Reese in the Rookie of the Year debate. So she's my baller. And I'm sure she'll be the baller for many more weeks to come when it comes to the WNBA.
Yeah.
All right, Rev, I see you manifesting. All right, Coach, what you got?
My baller is one guy that everybody saw, Snoop Dogg. $9 million to be over there having fun at the Olympics. Who wouldn't trade jobs or places with him? $9 million to go over there and dress every day with different outfits, go have fun, run the 200-yard dash, dance, point, and do whatever he did. The only thing he didn't do was break dance. So I got to give it to Snoop Dogg. $9 million to do that. Good job, man. It's money if you can get it. Get it.
Get it.
There it is. Yeah,
I
500.
ain't mad at Snoop.
Yeah. All right, D Weezy, what you got?
I'm gonna throw y'all a left hook on this one, literally, and I'm going with the quote, Clarissa Shields, and becoming the heavyweight champion, stepping up 2 weight classes and beating the hell out of that woman that she got in that ring with the other day that was supposed to be a challenge for her. Right now, I don't agree with Clarissa Shields calling out men because I don't think she want that smoke. But Lord have mercy, she be whooping. Right? What they say, she be whooping feet. She be whooping feet, bro. Like, to see her do what she does, being 15-0, pound for pound, the greatest to ever do it, and being able to step up 2 weight classes, right? To being able to go into MMA and do her thing inside the octagon, then come back to boxing and still be as dominant as she's been since her first fight, man. It's something to watch. So for my baller for the week is definitely the GOAT, Clarissa Shields.
Nice. I can go with that. All right, so it's time for them busters, and VP, I guess he already got his buster out, and that he already got the bust out for this week. The Cowboy curse. Wow.
Keep them cursed forever.
All right, okay. I think Red are like this. Dad say his ball is Terry Fontenot for the Atlanta Falcons. We finally got Rich McKay out the way, and Terry Fontenot can finally do the job that he's paid to do.
Seems like you're doing a good job, but we got to see the results first.
Got to see the results. Yeah,
I'm gonna say,
at least on paper he's doing a great job.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, on paper he's doing a great job to go out, win the 24-hour period that the Falcons had was the most exciting 24 hours that we've seen in a long, long time.
Especially when it comes to signings and trade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to get 2 All-Pros in 24 hours, that's impressive. We just got to see the results.
So hold on. I got one of my bankhead boys on the chat line, and he must not know who I am. This is what he say. Yeah. He must know. Yeah, he must not know this. Hey, this bankhead dude. Hey, my wings soar a long way. I got a long range of people that I may be in contact with. You know what I'm saying? So, Reb, for you to be called Dr. Harris, how does that actually feel now that you are a doctor and a pastor? Come on, talk to me, Reb.
I'm still trying to get adjusted because it's fresh. I got my doctorate degree in May. So sometimes when people call me Dr. Harris, I'm still thinking they talk about my late father.
Yeah.
So it's still taking some time to rub off on me, but I thank God for the accomplishment. I thank God for the opportunity to learn more so I can empower others, because that's what it's all about. Getting degrees shouldn't be just for your own self-aggrandizement, but it should be about helping others. And that's why I'm thankful to have this degree, get this information, get this knowledge, to be a blessing to others. For my life's motto is blessed to be a blessing.
Absolutely. All right, let's go with the busters. My buster this week, boy, it was a tough choice. It was a tough one. But I'm going to go with CBS Sports for not signing the SEC back to SEC on Saturday. I don't know what in the world these companies are thinking about. I mean, has the SEC lost that much steam that you don't want to sign them? I mean, SEC on Saturday on CBS had to be one of the top. They probably outranked the NFL on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I mean, CBS, what are you doing?
Big H.O., you know what that is.
I'm like, bro, come on.
That's ESPN, man. That's Walt Disney.
I know that's ESPN.
That ain't CBS fault. CBS in the same situation that TNT is in the NBA. They don't want to pay. They can't afford to do that. ESPN is just big bank take little bank. Walt Disney is stepping on everybody's neck. You know what that is.
That was a hostile TV takeover for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I should have gave it to ESPN then.
Because they the boss.
ESPN, CBS didn't have the pockets to try to go against ESPN, and ESPN already had the money ready. Once that television deal came available, it was out of CBS control.
Right.
Okay.
Because you're talking 6-7 networks plus all they got going on internet-wise, plus Walt Disney versus CBS just got the news channel and the sports channel. It's two different worlds. You're talking major leagues versus AA.
Right.
When it comes to the money.
Hey, ESPN was sitting back like, hey, CBS, you know that contract finna be up. You know what I'm finna do to you, right? Listen, you know what I'm finna do to you, CBS. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, and they just can't stand up. That's a machine, bro. That's a machine.
How does companies, how do you do this? Wait till the last year and try to negotiate.
Well, you're probably trying to get a hometown discount. You know, you're trying to see if they're going to work with you because of the long-lasting relationship. CBS already knew that ESPN was looking over their shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So they're looking for some type of breakthrough, some type of grace. Maybe, just maybe, the SEC is not trying to break the bank with the deal.
Mm-hmm.
So they're looking for some type of discount. But it never came because it's all about money. Just like if anybody was going to give a hometown discount in sports, it was going to be TNT and NBA basketball. They have the best television show, arguably, in any sport.
Mm-hmm.
But they said, the heck with NBA on TNT and inside the NBA. We don't care how popular Ernie, Chuck, Kenny, and Shaq are. We all about this dollar, and we can create that same magic somewhere else.
Yep.
So, you know, CBS just didn't have a chance because ESPN just got big bank. Like D. Will said, big bank versus little bank, and big bank is gonna always eat up little bank.
Yep.
Chew it up.
Yep.
VP said no more Garrett Danielson and Brad Nessler, and that probably summed it up for.
Man,
CBS.
that was a crew right there.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know why people hate Garrett Danielson so much, bro. Like every fan base in the SEC hated for him to call their games because he was biased against their team. So that means he ain't like nobody. Like Alabama fans used to eat me up like, oh, here goes Gary. I'm like, Gary, all right. What you wanted to be on there? Roll Tide. Like, what do you expect, right? So I hate that crew is gone. Like I say, that's a legendary crew. We got used to hearing that every Saturday, bro.
Yep.
All right, Coach. I'm sorry, Reb, your buster.
My buster's Noel Quinn, the head coach of the Seattle Storm.
Oh,
like,
Lord.
come on, lady. How you gonna get mad with the Indiana Fever head coach because she didn't pull her starters? I mean, it wasn't like they won by 30. The bottom line is you mad that you got some of that Caitlin Clark magic dropped on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're mad about. Because now all y'all were hating on Caitlin. They done messed around when y'all should have made sure she was on that USA team so she wouldn't have time to practice with Fever during the Olympic break. But now y'all messed around and let her have all this time with Kim to develop chemistry with her teammates, and now they came back from the break busting heads. So now you getting mad, you in your feelings, and Lord knows this woman's fine, but she got to be sat down. She's to Skylar Diggins. I forget her married name. She up there trying to get upset, as well, going to go approach the coach as well with the head coach. Both of y'all busters. Skylar, you could have shut Caitlin down, but you couldn't.
All right.
And you know, just got to deal with that smoke that Caitlin Clark is bringing. There's a reason. Let me just close right here. There's a reason why the WNBA is experiencing money and viewership like they've never experienced before. There's a reason why Caitlin Clark is packing out arenas while y'all packing out civic centers. There's a reason. Okay? This girl can play. And she ain't getting all this hype because she's white. I'll be one of the first ones to say that because basketball is my sport. But she can flat out play the game of basketball. She can shoot it like Steph Curry. She can pass it like Magic Johnson. I mean, she's a baller. So Seattle Storm, Noel Quinn, Skylar Diggins, y'all are my busters. Do better. Don't let Caitlin Clark explode on you, and you won't have to be upset with what the NBA and the FIBA did.
Hey, Horace, you didn't hear Rev get into his preaching mode, did you? When he said, "Let me close right here."
Oh, that was.
All right, now listen. I'm straddling the line on Rev's take, right? I agree with it a lot on the form of giving the Seattle Storm the buster, right? Because how they reacted to her busting their head was busterish, right? But when did we start giving rookies credit, right? When did we start not giving rookies hard time? When did we start, if a rookie is busting your head, what do we do in the NBA? We take them out. We try to punk them. I do what Skylar Diggins did, Skylar Diggins Smith. I walk fast and I elbow her, right? Like, what did we see Shaq do to Andrew Bynum when Andrew Bynum turned and dunked on him? He came down and elbowed him, right? That's what we do to rookies. So I get the part that they messed up by, I agree. They messed up by not putting on that team because Caitlin Clark went to work. Angel Reese went to the club. That's why they separating in the rookie of the year, right? And you see the difference in them. Angel Reese is still doing well, but Caitlin Clark has a mission about her. And I love what she's doing, but I get that they were busters, but let's not say leave her alone because she's killing. No, somebody need to take her out the air because she's killing. That's just my thought process.
Well, I'll say when you start talking about rookies, yeah, they should do all of that stuff. But the reason why she getting all that clout because she bringing all that new money to this league.
Facts.
Think about the next WNBA collective bargain agreement. Those women, because of Caitlin Clark, will not have to go overseas and play basketball anymore.
Yep.
Think about it. They signed a major television deal the year. Caitlin Clark ain't even been in the league a year. She didn't even play half a season yet.
Right.
And the television deal already came. And that was smart because they realized if we wait on this thing, it's going to be even more.
That $2.1 billion ain't going to be enough.
It ain't going to be enough, especially what's coming down the pike in college basketball. You got old girl from UConn. You got old girl Juju from USC. So that's going to add more eyeballs to the league. That's going to broaden the fan base. So, you know, Caitlin Clark just changed the game. And going back, the WNBA hurt themselves from being an international brand by not putting Caitlin Clark on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like that makes absolutely no sense that you don't bring to the Olympic party your biggest thing. I don't care what Asia Wilson got to say. She's the best player in the WNBA right now.
She is.
But Asia didn't bring those eyeballs that Caitlin Clark has brought to the WNBA. She ain't filling up arenas like the NBA arenas. Like when Caitlin Clark went to Las Vegas, they had to change the venue from where the Las Vegas Aces normally play to a bigger venue.
Mhm.
So it's just like, even though I'm not calling Caitlin Clark Jordan right now, but because Jordan was on the 1992 Dream Team, that caused the NBA to go even more global.
Mhm.
And you want the WNBA to go more global when you have your best name, your best marketing person on the team. And I don't care if she's a rookie. I don't care if she's white. She can play. They talking about, oh, she may not adjust to the international game. Look how she adjusted to the WNBA. You don't think she gonna adjust playing with better players? And they saw her adjust real well when the WNBA All-Stars gave the Olympic team that business in the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
So she couldn't play in the Olympic team, but never mind.
Hey, I'm gonna throw you a monkey wrench in there, Rev. I got a monkey wrench for y'all. Y'all know another reason, and in my opinion, one of the biggest reasons Caitlin Clark, who she is, it's not because she white. I don't even think how good she is matters. Can I throw y'all a monkey wrench? Caitlin Clark is a heterosexual. She's marketable. That's been the issue with the WNBA, is because a lot of their biggest stars and biggest names are not marketable to the consumer. And we know who the consumer is. The consumer is the 24 to 50-year-old white man. And in this America, it's conservative. They're not going for them little girls running around looking like little boys. They don't like it. Caitlin Clark, even though she's not as attractive as an Angel Reese, however, she's engaged to a man. She's a heterosexual. That makes her marketable to the consumer who they're trying to sell to, which is that demographic. People just want to leave that part of it out. I don't know why people continue to say all these issues with the WNBA, and they're trying to be so inclusive that they want to leave that part out. If you want to, men are your consumers. If you want to sell to men, you have to sell the right product. You can't give me Brittany Griner, bro. You're not gonna be able to give me the chick great. You're not giving me this. You're not gonna give me these chicks kissing women on the court after the game. I don't want to see it. Point blank, period. So that's what another reason I think Angel Reese also, but Caitlin Clark is so marketable because they're heterosexual.
Okay. Good point, D. Will, and I'm sure Rev is going to take that. He probably writing it down in his phone right now to make sure he make that point. That the sports show will be back up Saturday, and he's probably going to lead the show with that. But Coach, it is your turn for your buck.
Hey, that train detoured way to another track. And I just want to add on that train two things.
Go ahead.
Number one, when you're talking about Caitlin Clark, I know one Diana Taurasi has been mighty quiet and been hugging her, because remember, she was one of the main vocalists against Clark, but Clark done swept her 3-0 and done bust her for 20 plus points and 10 plus assists. So Taurasi is mighty quiet, even though she bad, but she got mighty quiet. She done got humbled a little bit. And
idols become your rivals.
Oh yeah, when you talked about her being a heterosexual and all that, my thing is that all those girls on the commercials, June Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, all them are straight women. And on the side note, Kelsey Plum is pretty, so
she bad. Darren Waller, fool. But what you thinking?
But that side note. But I looked online, and this is the last thing before I say my buster. The tickets, like Rev said, talking about moving the venue. The tickets are for the Indiana Fever and Atlanta Dream game at State Farm Arena. The lowest ticket is $249. That'll be $249. When I see some tickets as low as $249, you gotta be kidding me. Good grief. And it's gonna be a sellout. It's still gonna be a sellout because they gonna come. So Clark is no matter what people want to discredit her and take stuff away from her, she's bringing eyeballs. Asia Wilson is bringing eyeballs too. That's from Bam Adebayo, but we ain't gonna get into that. I'm moving on. All right. All right. Let me get a little slightly angry at my Buster because it's a sad situation. Simone Biles' mama. Mama, you gave up Simone. Really gave her up back when she was young, and now all of a sudden, your daughter's making money. She's doing well, and she's notoriety. And you said she should help you, Mama. Why didn't you say anything about your other daughters helping you? Just Simone. You got other daughters. You ain't said anything about them. Simone needs to help me. Mom, I hate to tell you, but when you give your daughter up, that's kind of a bad situation. And now, what are you looking like? You look like, unfortunately, the daddy on what's that show? That movie? Oh, dog. When the boy, the Tyler Perry movie. I'm trying to think of that movie where the guy did what he did and then tried to capitalize on his son. But yeah, that's what you look like, Mama, unfortunately. So that's my Buster right there, the Simone Biles' mama. That's not a good look.
Coach, I'm so glad you didn't say nothing about Tyler Perry on our show because Red would have drilled you.
No.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't go any further. But
Right.
We know about that. I won't be saying that Saturday.
No, don't say that Saturday because you might have Red cussing and carrying on. Talking about Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
All right, Weezy, what you got?
I got since we doing this thing like this, I'm gonna piggyback off Coach Buster and get into my own. I'm gonna start off. One of them is the French club, the club in France that tried to charge Simone Biles $26,000 for a bottle of champagne. Like Simone Biles ain't got that bread like that. It ain't like that was LeBron James in the club. Like $26,000 for a bottle of champagne because she's Simone Biles. That French club is a buster, and they know that, right? But to get to my real buster, I'm staying in the realm of the Olympics. Noah Lyles. Is this not the lamest dude y'all ever met in your life? And I ain't never met him. And he's still lame, right? It burns me up that he continues to stick his foot in his mouth. And every time he says something, it comes across so condescending that it just gets up under my skin. And then he seemed like old Uncle Tom. I know he got a Jamaican girlfriend, but that don't mean he can't be an Uncle Tom. He still got some Uncle Tom syndrome in him, right? And so I got a little problem with him sticking his foot, especially when he starts to talk about American sports, right? When he tries to discredit American sports on a world stage. What are you trying to accomplish? You seem like you're playing for the other team, so to speak. So Noah Lyles is my buster, and I hope that in the offseason, Tyreek Hill gets himself into track shape, and he's still gonna lose, but I want him to race him. I want him to race him, and I wish to hell that Noah Lyles pulls a hamstring or something, pulls up lame, and he end up winning. Because no, he's just one of those type people. Don't y'all know y'all got that old saying? He got a face that's real punchable. That's just my opinion. He feel like he can take a good lick to the chin, right? And he's just continuing to annoy me the way he opens his mouth in each and every interview. It's so condescending. It's so, I don't know why I want to, that's all. Noah Lyles is a buster, period.
Ooh, boy.
Tell us how you really feel about Noah Lyles.
Yeah,
That's it, man.
That sound more like a get it off your chest.
A little bit.
Oh, hold on. Dad said, there you go.
No lie.
Thank you. I'll take that one.
Yeah,
I'll take that, Dez, for sure.
All right, here we go. Bus stop. Yeah, they say the bus stop is, they said y'all can have all the ballers and the busters. One of the listeners said, but that bus stop, that's what I'll be listening for. Bus stop this week. goes out to, I'm not sure, was it the Olympic Committee or it had to be the Olympic Committee for testing, drug testing, Steph Curry, Ant-Man, and Kevin Durant.
Ooh.
But not LeBron James. So you mean to tell me Steph Curry has a moment, LeBron James wins MVP, Kevin Durant comes back and gives them, I think he the one who started the rhythm of the USA getting into rhythm when he came back that game and just went crazy. So now they got to be drug tested.
Well, I think that was something on the level of they know Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Ant-Man be on that weed. That's what that was about. I don't think it was about no performance enhancing. Them boys be on that weed. And to pick them three out, and if y'all know anything about Ant-Man, KD, or Steph, they be smoking. Right, so I think that was more so. Them boys were probably out there walking the streets of France, and one of them France officials or Olympic officials saw them boys walking down the street blowing it down. So they said, "Oh, we bringing them in the P, like we bringing them in the P. Them the ones we want to get right there."
Oh,
so I don't know if it was performance enhancing. More so is we know them boys is avid smokers.
Yeah, that's a boy stop for me. I'm just
That's a boy stop.
Come on, yeah, that had to be a boy stop. I'm just like, bruh, they win the gold. They win in dramatic fashion. They beat your country, and you come with this.
Makes sense.
Yeah. How convenient. How convenient. So that was my boy stop for the week. And let's see, VP.
I'll see, taking away breakdance.
Not ozone and turbo.
Exactly. All right, Red, what you got for your boy stop?
I'm gonna stay in that same vein. My boy stop gonna go to the Olympic Committee.
Okay.
Boy stop if you think you're gonna take away a black woman's medal. Or Jordan Childs a bronze medal after acknowledging a mistake during the Olympics, that after she's been given the bronze medal on worldwide television, she done flown home with a medal. She's showcasing the medal, thinking you're going to get the medal back to give it to another woman in another country. Boy, stop.
Stop.
She going to keep that bronze medal for the rest of her life.
Hey, Jordan Childs on live, like, come get it. You want your chain back? You want your chain back?
and if they do come, somebody gonna be there to shoot them down.
Right, right. Don't come on this block.
Yeah. So that's my boy stop moment.
There it is. All right, Coach, what you got?
My boy stop might go to the, and this is gonna be an interesting one. I gotta prove it though. The Little League World Series. Cuba. You got a boy playing right field with a mustache. I'm like, hold it.
He'll be 12 years old.
He 12 years old, and he got that with a full mustache and big. Like Rev just said, boy, stop. You can't tell me that boy is 12 years old. He got some hormonal imbalance in him to have a mustache. I saw that kid and I was like, wait just a second. Hold it a minute. And I don't think Cuba has lost the game yet. So I can't wait to. Now you talking about drug testing. Yeah, they may be doing some kind of testing when if they get ready to play for the championship. They're gonna be like, hold it a minute. We need to talk to that young fella. We got some stuff. Castro's great nephew.
Yeah. That's amazing.
That's hilarious.
All right, D Weezer, what you got?
Oh man. I think that Jordan Childs one was top level, right? That if you thought that, you're crazy. But I'm gonna kind of contradict my Buster, and I'm gonna go to Tyreek Hill. Boy, stop if you think you finna beat Noah Lyles in a race. If you think that's actually gonna get on the track and beat the fastest man in the world in 100 meters. He's like, oh, let's drop it down to 40, right? Let's drop it down to 50, right? But that ain't even the reason I'm giving Tyreek Hill the boy stop. I'm finna do a whole 180 on y'all on this whole same subject. Shannon Sharpe. Boy, stop. When did Shannon Sharpe become this voice of everything? When did Shannon Sharpe become the master interviewer? When did Shannon Sharpe become the master businessman? Because I saw him sitting up on that 4-letter network on the thing with the other dude to be talking all the time. I see them sitting up on the show yesterday, and they're talking about the Noah Lyles and Tyreek Hill situation. And then the club, Shay comes out. Oh, we gonna get that done. I done talked to the lawyers, and I done put the contract on the table. Tyreek Hill gonna have to put his money where his mouth. What the? Who are you, boy? Who are you to be sitting here like you Jeff Bezos and you cutting deals, right? Like the Club Shay brand is so big because you got Cat Williams drunk and he came in off the green and he sat down on your couch and talked you through an interview that you ain't have to do nothing for, right? So let's stop with the Shannon Sharpe love and dude, stop acting like you finna get on this thing and make sure Tyreek Hill and Noah Lyles race, which we know in actuality ain't gonna never happen. But you sitting up there with your chest poked out with that little ass suit on. Excuse my language, real. But with that little bit ass suit on. But get my boy stop the Tyreek Hill and then turn the corner and get the Club Shay.
All right, VP just confirmed it.
Right.
Man, sweater. Oh Lord.
Yeah, boy, that boy. We done had fun tonight with the ball of buses and boy stop. Actually waiting on Bo Bell to enter the chat. He's straight off the airplane from France. He was at the Olympics. Bo Bell was at the Olympics. And if you didn't know, he spent 13 years overseas playing professional basketball. So he knows best about how they play the game. And he's been preaching and teaching, Rev, you'll love it. He's been preaching and teaching that over there, they play basketball below the rim. What they do is, and he preaches this, feet work is key to success in basketball. They think that the most dangerous person on the basketball floor is the person without the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's interesting.
yeah, the person without. That's why he says. That's why they say Steph is he's most dangerous when he don't have the ball, because of all the things, the nooks and the crannies that he goes through to get open. You got good break board. Yep. Say it again, D.
No, that was the telephone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so waiting on Bo Bell to come through, man, so we can chop it up with him. Did you hanging on or you got to roll?
Yeah, I got to roll.
Okay, cool. Well,
that's my guy, though. I wish I could stay on for my guy, Bo Bell. Me and him been chopping it up back and forth online, man. Like I say, man, we all in that basketball world, that high school basketball, that grassroots basketball, man. So, like I say, man, I love to watch what he's doing. It was great to meet him back when we was on the show in the A. When I was up there, man. So, yeah, that's one of my mentors from afar for sure.
Hey, well, go ahead and let everybody know what's going on, what's new in the basketball world arena in high school and in college and on the recruiting trail and things of that nature. Is that weed thing from football translating over to basketball as well?
Yes. And the issue, we all know, I call it the trickle-down effect, correct? A few years ago, of course, during the pandemic, when those guys had to go in the bubble and they were talking about all their mental health issues and all their anxiety issues, and the NBA lifted the marijuana legislation in the NBA and allowed those guys to start smoking. You knew when that happened, it was going to be a trickle-down effect. And now that trickle-down effect has entered into the college basketball and college football world. And in my opinion, with that being done, you're going to open up the door for these marijuana companies to start advertising NIL deals with these players. And in my realm, which is college basketball and high school basketball, we're starting to see it trickle down into high school basketball. Because let's not act like these kids ain't already smoking, right? So now when you're putting a stigma on it that it's okay, now you're allowing these kids to think, oh, I saw Kevin Durant at the Drake concert smoking a blunt. I can go smoke a blunt. I think it sends a bad message, right? I'm an advocate for marijuana for the right reasons, but in this state, I think it's a bad idea, right? And I think we're going to see the causes of that, but it's all because of the NIL. Now that NIL has entered the world of college sports, it's allowing all these, I'm not going to call them shady, because I don't think it's shady, but it's causing a lot of people who have money that are in different industries that are conflicting to the sport itself are coming into the world. So I think that's the issue, but it's going to happen. It's inevitable because once it comes, we know there's nothing you can do to turn it around.
Yes, sir. Speaking of my main man, there he is. Just entered into the building, D-Will, before you leave. My main man, straight from France. Bo Bell is in the building. What's up, Bo?
What's up, fellas? B, what's up? Live.
What up?
What's up, fellas? What's up?
I got Rev, Coach, and D-Will in the building with me, Bo Bell. So what's happening?
Not much, man. How y'all doing, man? Y'all doing y'all thing?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
D-Will got to get up out of here, but he just wanted to say hey to you. I saw you kept getting on, so I had to let y'all say what's up.
I appreciate that. D, what's
no
up,
doubt.
man?
You good, man? All right, man. Listen, I watch you every day. Every day I'm tapped in, I'm logged in, seeing what my guy Bo Bell, seeing what kind of knowledge you can give me that I can come out here and spit to my kids in Alabama, man. So I just want to tell you, a mentor far from me. And I remember we was in the studio and you brought the cats from France into the studio with us when we was at 1100. So I know you locked in France. I know you went over there and had a great time, man. I'm glad you made it back safely.
Man, I appreciate that, D. Always, man. Always. Whatever I can do, you know that.
Oh, yeah, we're going to link for sure. For sure.
All right.
D,
good, brother.
D, before you go, hug the Hoover coaches.
Oh, stop. Don't do that, coach. That's kind of sensitive over here in the state of Alabama, right? It's kind of sensitive because, hey, I don't know what y'all experienced in sports, but I ain't never experienced nothing like that.
Yeah.
Hey, but listen, real quick before I go, on another high school tip, y'all know we've been talking about NIL in high school, right? And over there in Georgia with y'all, they have passed legislation that allow these kids to benefit from NIL deals. In Alabama, we still don't have it. However, in Alabama, we do have the #1 quarterback in the class of 2027 over at Thompson High School. He was offered a 7-figure NIL deal. However, he couldn't take that deal because he was in Alabama and we don't have legislation, right? So, you know, I deal with a lot of high school kids who have opportunities to go on. And y'all know how I've been talking here lately about a lot of our kids leaving, mainly Caleb Hope, the main one, and Coben Landrew leaving Alabama, going over to Grayson and Wheeler for next year. And those were two of our top 3 players in the state of Alabama in the class of 2026. Them leaving because they can go monetize in Georgia has been an issue. But we knew in Alabama it wasn't going to affect anything until it started affecting football. And now that it's affected that quarterback over at Hoover, how about they saying they're about to change the rules in Alabama for the NIL? And my issue with that is it's been kids out here in basketball that could have been monetizing the whole time that wouldn't be leaving to go over to Georgia and to other states to be able to make money. But instead, it had to be a non-melanated person that plays football at a certain position in order for the rule to change. So that's one thing that got me heated, and I congratulate y'all over there in Georgia for being progressive and not proactive.
Wow. There you go. Rev, you can get that one too. Progressive. What did you say? Progressive.
Progressive, not proactive.
Proactive.
Come on, man. But let me get out of here. I'm gonna let y'all get to the show, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Eyeball Radio. At Eyeball Radio, eyeballradio.com. Go check me out, man. We on air Tuesday and Thursday and Monday night.
For sure.
All right, D.
All right, y'all have a good show.
All right.
For sure. Bo Bell, straight from France. I gotta give you the solo screen on this one, baby. Give me your experience. What was the experience like to be over there and watch your second home play USA in the championship game?
Man, it was amazing. It was an amazing experience, man. They rolled out the red carpet. The Federation got us really good seats. It was really nice. The head coach of the French national team of the men and the women, I played with both of them. Matter of fact, on my podcast tomorrow, I got the head coach of the French national team is coming on with Sam Mitchell. And so they're going to come on tomorrow, and then they're going to, spit a lot of information. But what I saw, man, in terms of basketball is everything that we've been talking about. As you can see, the rest of the world has kind of caught up with us, man. We really went backwards in regards because we got bored with the basic principles of the game. Those guys play the game the right way. All of those guys know how to dribble, pass, and shoot. They play with and without the basketball. Those are the things that we've been trying to teach. That's why a lot of emphasis since I left Europe has been on feet work. I don't call it footwork because when you talk about foot, you talk about one. You talk about feet, you talk about two. So we get making kids to be more conscious of their feet as opposed to the dribble because everybody can dribble. But the thing about it, kids want to go in their bag. Well, guess what? There's somebody over there, man, in another state got a bag deeper than yours. So you better learn how to play without that basketball because you're not going to go to Golden State and they're going to give you the ball for 15 seconds. So my point is, watching basketball at its truest form, man, was so much fun to watch, man, because the game was played the right way. And I'm going to tell you, man, people talking that smack, we in trouble, man, in 2028. I'm just being straight with you. Because you're not going to have the leadership of LeBron. You're not going to have the leadership of Steph, and you're not going to have KD. So who's that next leader? Y'all think about that for a minute. Because if you take away this top 12 players that they took over there, we even with the rest of the world. I'm just being straight. As a team, because basketball is a team sport. We the most talented. We the most skilled. A lot of people go to the game and they watch players. They're not really watching the game. And the game is a team sport. And I think we get lost in that because that's why a lot of several teams are not successful, especially at the high level, because there's so much money involved. Everybody trying to get to that next contract. So they're trying to get their stats. And so winning as a team has been devalued, especially at the grassroots level. So it was just an amazing experience, man, to be in that environment from people all over the world. And being that I speak fluent French and fluent Italian, man, it was like I had a chance to practice my French and my Italian, man. And I saw a lot of people that, was fans and people who knew me and ex-players. It was just an amazing experience, man, for sure.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this, Bo. Just off the rip, I know you're glad you married because speaking all them languages, boy, in Atlanta, I'm sure they'll be at your DM all day long. So I'm glad. Look, marriage has probably saved your life. I'm gonna be flat foot honest with you. That probably saved your life. But what I do want to ask you is, how does it make you feel knowing that you have been training these young kids and going back over to France to see the development and everything that you've been training these kids from grassroots all the way up to verify everything that you learn from there to bring it back over here to train the kids, then go back over there to verify everything that you've been doing you've been doing it right and you've been doing it successfully. Now, how does that make you feel?
Well, the thing about it, man, it's almost like I'm just a messenger. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, because people stuck in their own ways. Everybody think they know how, for me, it's either right or wrong when you're trying to maximize. And everybody think, it's their way or no way. It's not, it's just different. And I never deviated. I never got caught in the trends of taking 100 million dribbles to score one basket when two men cut to the basket wide open and you didn't give them the basketball. I never got into that. I never got into the ISO ball. Now, there's a time and place for that. But I like to see teams that when the body move, ball move, things happen. That's fun basketball to me. That's why I enjoy watching girls' game. When you watch a girl basketball game, you watch the game at its purest form from a fundamental standpoint. And that's what we try to get our kids, and we stayed on it. So to answer that question, man, it's just gratifying to see now. So now we're getting the people's attention because now they saw for themselves on center stage what I've been talking about for all these years. These other countries are right there with us. Couple of that, I promise you. If it wasn't for LeBron, take LeBron, a 38, 39-year-old, was the leader of that team. Now, Steph, he did his thing the last 2 games, but LeBron was the leader, the vocal leader. He was the leader. They wouldn't even be there had it not been for him. 38, 39 years old. So I'm saying, you know, I hope and I pray that most of the coaches and people working with these kids, man, are getting the memo. Because if not, a lot of the kids who we think got it ain't gonna get it. You know what I mean? Because they not getting the right information, man. Everybody thinking, okay, no, you know, you better learn how to play with and without the basketball and maximize your feet, not the dribble. You use the dribble when you have to. So that's my position, man.
Good deal. How was it to? Well, let's go back. You say that we say we in trouble in 2028. How good is that French team, the French team, gonna be in 2028 with all that they got coming back and all of their grooming?
Bro, listen to me. Several of their top players wasn't even there. The number 1 draft pick wasn't even there. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
some of their young players wasn't even there. This is what I'm trying to tell you. They top guards wasn't even there. So it's gonna be a problem. And you got Wemby. Now he's not gonna get worse. He's gonna get better doing all the stuff he can do. That's gonna be a problem, man. And then you got Jokic. You know what I mean? He gonna do what he do till he 100 years old. Cause he don't use no energy when he play. None.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you know, he's the most efficient and effective basketball player in the world. And that's what we're trying to put on our kids, man. Be efficient and effective. You'll play longer. That's why, guys, the guys that I work with who made it to the NBA, they get 12, 13 years. Lou Will, example. Lou got 16 years. 3 times 6th man of the year. 3 times. So he going to go in the Hall of Fame on the rip, right? That's coming off the bench. You know he going to get 20, and you still can't do nothing about it. So it's because of his feet. And you can speed him up. It wasn't nothing cute. When he go to the left, it was a bucket because he knew how to maximize his feet. It wasn't the dribble. And nobody caught on that. Like Malcolm Brogdon, Alfred Camino. All my guys get 12, 13 years, whereas in a league where the average time of a guy staying in the NBA is 4 years. My guys getting 12, 13 years because I always felt like I was ahead of the game because of what I saw through my experience. And guys was just shooting the messenger. Man, Bo, that's that old school stuff. Bo, yep, okay, all right. It's here now. So what y'all gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. All right, Bo, let's put a smile on Reb's face real quick and explain to Reb the number 1 pick that the Hawks drafted. Why was it a good pick and did you like it?
Well, here's my thing, Reb. I played with his father, Rick Shea. I played with his father. I was actually when they first drafted him, I met him at Atlanta, so we went to dinner. He told me to kind of keep my eyes on the kid. The kid is 6'10", legit, ain't no cut. The kid can do a lot of different things. He can dribble, pass, and shoot the basketball. Now, is he a franchise player right now? Absolutely not. But in a year, you can convert like Wemby. Wemby gonna need some time to develop into that what we know he's gonna be. It's the same thing with this kid. He got to get used to the speed of the NBA, the style of the NBA, because in Europe, it's a different brand of basketball. Because in Europe, you know, that ball move. They play the right way. So now he's going to have to get used to the ISO basketball and understand, like, sometimes he's not going to get the ball when he's supposed to because guess what? Buddy on the wing over there got it for 22 seconds. So he's going to have to, you know, learn how to adapt his game to the American game. But in terms of skills and all the global skills, that kid got it, man. He got it. I'm telling you, I've been watching him since he was 12 years old. He got it. So I thought it was a good pick. A lot of people, you know, they question it, but he about 2 years away from being one of the top players in the league, in my opinion.
So you think the Hawks got it right, at least for now?
Yeah, I think so, but you got to see how the other pieces gonna mix with him. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna give him time because we never really develop the guys when they come here. When we do make the right pick, we either trade it away or we mess it up. You know what I'm saying? So they got to do a better job of developing these guys. And if you draft a kid and you know where he's in terms of potential wise, you got to build a team around him. Like, you know, you kind of did with Trey, but I don't understand why they got rid of Murray, man. That just blew my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
So,
Amen.
All right. So outside of while you was there, outside of the most popular guys that we know of, who was impressive? Give us a basketball name or give us a basketball guy that impressed you that we may not know of over here in the States.
well, guess what? The Sixers just signed him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I couldn't even pronounce his name. He dunked on LeBron.
Right.
He
Right. I
dunked
know
on-
exactly what you're talking. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's him. That's him. That's the name. Whatever that name, something, whatever it is. That's him.
That's him, huh?
That's him. And guess what? He gonna be a problem, man. He's gonna be a problem because he don't look the part. Like he walk around with big butt up on his back. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't look, but man, he's a gorilla. He's a gorilla.
Yeah.
He can take it out the dribble, everything. So that it would be that guy. It would be that guy.
Well, funny you mentioned that because Rev actually lives in Pennsylvania, so he go be able to see him front row every time, each and every night. So
Well, you ready for this?
Gershon Yabusele. Is that Gershon Yabusele?
there you
Yeah,
go.
they got a good one. They got a good one, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
so guess what? I just left my gym. So guess what? I got two legends in my gym. I'm working with both of their sons. So I got Dale Ellis, and I don't want to say that. Well, I don't want to say I don't supposed to advertise it, but Elton Brand's son. I've been working with him, man. You know, he's a GM for the Sixers, man. So
Yeah.
his son gonna be a special player, man. He developed his son right. He's not exposing him to all that craziness. He making sure the kid get exactly what he needs. So there's a reason why a lot of NBA players bring their kids to me because they understand the basics is the most important thing to this game, and you got to master that. And a lot of kids don't master the basics. So guess what? They don't max out, especially
Yeah.
at the grassroots level.
Absolutely. Boy, I tell you, man, it's so good catching up with you, man. It's so good catching up with you. That Olympic experience had to be wonderful. Now, your thoughts on Steve Kerr getting all this heat for not playing Jason Tatum? What was your thoughts on that, or if you have any?
That's tough, man. That's tough. As a coach, you know, you got you got the best players in the world on one team, trying to make those and juggle, but at the same time, you got to make sure that the team is successful. So I don't think it was a personal thing, man. I think people trying to make it like it's a personal thing, but you got to think about like, no offense to Jay Taylor, like he used to play in a certain way, and I call it that young boy basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like it's my turn. No, that ass. I mean, excuse me, don't curse. Excuse me, bro. But for real, hey, he used to that young boy basketball. No offense, they won the championship, but they won that championship. Jaylen Brown was the guy on that team, bro. Don't get it twisted. You feel me? They don't win that championship without Jaylen Brown. Tatum was good, but he was sporadic. He was up and down. But I'm telling you, the heart and soul of that team is Jaylen Brown. And my thing with Tate, man, like he played too high. You know what I mean? Like he's one of the best players in the league, but for me, he played too high. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if I was a coach, it would have been hard for me with what we had with that mix to get them in as well when I'm trying to take a game. So you don't win championships. You have to take them. And as a coach, it's a different mindset. So you gotta trust the guys who you trust in those moments. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to justify. Okay, the media can make a big deal. This guy just won the championship. Is hating. No, when you're in the heat of the battle, you're trying to take a game. I ain't talking about win the game because everybody trying to win. It's like I walk up to you, pow, give me that. That's what he was trying to do. Because if they went on the tape, they don't win. They don't get the goal, bro. So I'm saying he did what it took
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, it takes what it takes. And that man did what it took. So he got the goal, mission accomplished, so they need to just back up. And he should make a big deal about it. He's on the Olympics. I know he wants to play, but man, he didn't fit in the equation in terms of what the coach saw the team needed. And I respect that. So that's what it is. You know, I'm in that business. I coach and I understand what
Hey.
goes into it.
Go ahead, Red.
Harsh, let me jump in.
Go ahead.
Coach Bo, you've been giving us some good information, and I'm a former basketball coach. I played collegiate basketball at Morehouse College, and then also I coached basketball for 7 years at Mays High School in Atlanta, where we won 2 championships. So I completely agree with what you said, because tying in this conversation with Jason Tatum to what he was talking about with the Olympics, the bottom line is Jason Tatum plays more so off his athleticism. He doesn't have a high basketball IQ. And that's what Coach Bo was basically saying in terms of why America's going to be in trouble in 28 and 32, because we was talking about them playing basketball the right way. He's basically saying the USA won because LeBron, Steph, and KD, not only can they play, they have a high basketball IQ. When you take those 3 guys off the team, then who else has a high basketball IQ to match their superstar? Tatum is just an athlete. Once his athleticism leaves him, he's not going to be much of a ball player. And that's why you see some guys who are stars who drop off the face of the earth real quickly because they don't know how to play basketball. They just know how to out-athlete people. So that's why France, and I posted, this is what I posted right after the Olympics when America beat France. I said, at least for the next 2 Olympics, France will compete with USA for the gold. Victor Wembanyama is the real deal, and they play basketball the right way. And the bottom line is, there's a reason why the last 6 MVPs have been international in the NBA. There's a reason why the last 2 number 1 draft picks have been international, and they come from France. Because our kids are only learning bad habits, and a lot of it is through AAU basketball. And now with Neil coming to high school in America, that's one of the worst things that's ever going to happen, because all these kids are going to start doing is go to the highest bidder in high school. So we're going to continuously see international basketball supersede American basketball, and it won't be to my surprise if France wins the gold in 2028. Wow.
Preach, Real. You preaching, boy.
Hey, Red trying to get that plate sent around. I see you, Red. Okay.
Hey, man. Real preaching, but he dead on, man. And I'm glad. See, this is what he get it. He gets it. Like, people who understand what I'm talking about, this is what I've been on forever. And people been like, oh, man, Bo just old school, but now it's here. Everything that what Rev is saying, I've been preaching this. Harsh, you know that. This is what I've been on. It's like, it's a fact. And these guys can play. They can play, but they don't know how to play. That's what Rev talking about. That's what we talking about. And it's a difference. And if I trust you in a moment, you better know how to play. And that's important when you're trying to win a world championship, as your boy Leah Lyle said, world championship.
Yeah. Can I give y'all can I give y'all a comparison real quick? Can I and let me know if this is comparison y'all are talking about. Everybody loves Michael Vick. He's very athletic. He's excited. He this and that. Only went to 1 NFC championship game. Tom Brady. Non-athletic. Probably can't move. He's a statue in the pocket. But before he snapped the ball, he done read all the defense. He knows his first, second, and third reads and everything. 7 Super Bowl rings. Non-athletic, but 7 Super Bowl rings.
That's a good analogy, because you're basically talking about somebody who knows the game, has a high football IQ, versus somebody who played the same position who just out-athleted people.
Okay.
And that's why once Vic's speed started fleeting him, even though we know he had that time in jail, but once he was no longer the premier athlete that he once was, he eventually bowed out of the league, whereas Tom Brady played for 20 years. And see, that's why LeBron can play, even though he's not jumping over the rim like he used to. He understands how to play the game of basketball. He knows how to move without the basketball. He knows how to catch people as they're moving without the basketball. That's why Steph is so dangerous, because he knows how to move without the basketball. KD is dangerous because the boy can flat out shoot, you know.
Yep.
So when you have people who understand the game of basketball, who have a high IQ, they're going to last longer. And the analogy that you use, that's why Tom Brady lasted longer and played longer at a Super Bowl level than Michael Vick ever did, because he understood how to play the game of football. He studied the game, because that's one of the things that these kids don't do anymore, because you got to study the game. You got to watch film. And the way the game is being played in America, they ain't watching no film. Matter of fact, I was listening to a podcast just the other day, and what they're doing in football and basketball in America, they're actually dumbing down the game so that people can play, because it used to be more complex. There was a lot more nuance, where you had to literally study to be able to play. Like back in the day, rookies, it was rare for rookies in football and basketball to get right on the field or right on the court, because they had to learn how to play the pro game first. But now, because they know that these kids aren't really learning much, and to get them out there to get the full return on their investment now, they're just throwing them out there. And in order to throw them out there, they're dumbing down the game. And that's why basketball is hurting American players, because they're not dummying down the game internationally. They're playing the game the right way.
Yes. And you know what too, Rev? And the thing about it is, they have a system in place, but they stick to, right? Like they're not getting caught in the hype of what we doing over here. I remember when I was playing in Europe, man, I was coming home for the summer, coaches like begging me to go home with me so they could see what we doing. Now the tables have turned. So now we trying to go over there and see what they doing. You see what I'm saying? And it's all basic stuff. It's the basic principles of the game. And I think what has happened, and you can see it, right? The internet is a blessing and a curse, bro. It's a blessing and a curse. And if we don't get these kids at a grassroots level, that's why in my academy, listen to me, I got leagues. Before you play AAU, one of my AAU teams, you got to go through the AYBL league. And that's a glorified pickup game with structure. I even changed the rules. Like when the ball past half court, you cannot dribble that basketball. So now, what does that do? You got to learn how to get open. We teach them how to set proper screens, how to get open, how to identify angles. What do you do when you pass the ball? What do you do when you don't have the ball? Before you can.
Oh, he was preaching too.
Yes, he was.
But what Coach Bell was saying, those are different drills that good basketball coaches do. I remember when I coached, I didn't go as far as Coach Bell went, but we had a 3 dribble rule that you could not dribble the ball more than 3 times, because what Coach was talking about is that teaches kids how to move without the basketball, how to get open, how to help others get open, how to set picks, how to come off picks. And that makes them a more complete basketball player. So, you know, I love what Coach Bell was sharing with us, because it's refreshing to hear somebody with that kind of basketball acumen, especially in a day and age where here in America, these basketball predators are ruining the game, because all they're trying to do is profit off these kids' athleticism and their brand, but they're not really teaching them the game of basketball.
Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna be honest, Reb, and you know, I've been transparent. We talked about the transparency. When I reached out to Coach and I said, you know what, Bo Bell gonna be on too, I came back to Coach and said, get Reb on the show too. because I think for anybody to benefit from this, you would do it. Absolutely. And I'm pretty sure that you would have benefited from Bo Bell from back in the day when you was coaching, but this is something that you can still take with you and incorporate into your spirit, because I know you still talk to kids and speak to kids and everything like that. All right, Coach, you back with us. At least I think. You there, Coach? Bo. Well, I guess not. So, but yeah, so I'm glad you're getting all of that from Bo Bell, because me and Bo been knowing each other for over 20 years now. We used to play at LA Fitness or Sports Life when it was out there in Stone Mountain, and he's right. Actually, when I went to school and when I went to college, when I played basketball, the first time I ever ran the motion offense was, wow, it was like pass, move the ball, pass, move the ball, pass, move the ball. And I remember one time a photographer sent me a picture of me shooting the three. And I was so happy to say, Coach, look at that form. That form was there. Coach said, you know what's wrong with this? This was when the shot clock was on the floor. He said, it's 36 seconds left on the shot clock and you taking the shot. I said, it would be. I said, it would be the coach would find that out of all the things that I was proud of. I was open, I wasn't forcing, and I was not doing anything. But he said, 36 seconds on the shot clock. That's not what we want to see.
Yeah.
So, Bo, you back with us?
Yeah, I'm back here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We see you driving too. You be careful out there. It's super dog. What we see.
No, we good, man. No, we good. But no, man. Rev, I'm glad you on, man. I'm glad. Cock, you still on here? Hancock's still on too, right?
No, Hancock ain't with us tonight. He got mandatory overtime.
Okay. Yeah, man. It's a lot to be said about what's going on, man. And I'm trying to do what I can do with my platform, and just try to be an example, man. And that's why I'm bringing, like this summer, they sent several of the top players from France over here in the summer to work with me. I had 12 of the top young players over here this summer.
There you go.
And I'm going over there to do a camp. You know what I mean? So my thing is, and so now I'm just trying to bring awareness. That's why I got the head coach of the French national team coming on the podcast tomorrow with Sam Mitchell. You know what I mean? So I would love to have you guys on the podcast at some point, man, and we have a discussion about the state of the game, where the game is going, and just just try to help coaches and mentors and people to have a better understanding of what's happening for real. Because, I feel like sometimes I'm the only one that's out here talking about this, man, because everybody else is trying to run in the same lane, man. And that lane is crowded, bro. So,
So, Bo, this is what I suggest. I suggest we round up a coach's corner so we can go ahead and get all the coaches on the same page as far as how you train. You want to take the training that you do with Bo Bell and make sure we continue the same training and the same fundamentals during the season, and not create these bad habits of where when they go back to you in the summertime, you got to correct everything instead of improving what you've already done.
Well, I think the first, and I don't want to be cliche and like I'm word playing or anything, but words do have power. So what I'm saying is, like, I don't even consider myself as a trainer, man, because you train dogs, cats, chickens, and animals. You develop people. So it's not so much of teaching them about how to do a damn drill. Like, I don't even teach moves. I convey options. You know what I mean? And I let the personality take over. You feel me? So once they get the feet work, we develop the feet, right? Because you teach a move, everything happens. Basketball is instincts. Everything happens so fast, right? Now you got to think about when you're going to do a move that you worked on. What? Come on, man. So that's the difference between developing and training. Anybody can go to the internet and get a drill and show somebody how to do, you know what I mean? But can you convey that information from experience, right? That you know that's gonna work and allow their personality to take over. Like the move that you teaching somebody, their personality, it might not even fit their personality, who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Or
saying?
their skill set.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So, like I said, I don't want to make this sound like rocket science, man, but I've been doing this a long time and I turned myself into a pro and I left a really good mark in Europe. And let me tell you something. What changed my life when I first went over, I'm over there trying to dunk everything. And I had a French guy on my team. This dude was getting 30 points a game, 25, 30 points a game, and he taking two or three dribbles a game. I said, hold up, bro. Can we gonna start working out together? I said, we gonna start working out. Bro, after every practice, I had him in the gym at night, bro, feet work. And when I first went to Europe, man, we playing soccer in practice, bro. The first practice was soccer. So I said, oh, that's what y'all on over here, right? And so it added 6 years onto my career once I learned, like how to be efficient and use my feet. And I'm gonna give you another story real quick. I know y'all remember Drazen Petrovic. He got killed in the car accident. He had 45 against Jordan. Okay? Back then it was called Yugoslavia. Now listen, we went and played them in Yugoslavia. So I'm watching, right? Real true story. We was warming up before the game. Well, it was a shoot around. They was on one end, we was on the other end. Dude, Drazen had 3 balls working with him. So he had a basketball. Dude had a tennis ball. He had a soccer ball. So he was dribbling, and he was switching that ball, and he was kicking it, and he was switching hands with the tennis ball. He was doing all at the same time. So me and the other American looked down, and we said, man, what this dude doing, bro? I ain't never seen nothing like that before. That was part of his routine. So I said, Drazen, because he spoke pretty good English. I say, what's the purpose of you doing this? And he said to me, and this is what took me to a whole nother level with development. He said, I'm drilling my task. What? He's drilling his task. So think about this. At any given time as a basketball player, you're doing multiple tasks. You're running, that's a task. You dribbling, that's a task. You processing, that's a task. So think about he using all those motor skills. He's drilling all his motor skills, which are tasks when you play basketball. I was like, wow, that's how deep he was, man. So, but no, so that's deep.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So.
All right, I got one more question before we let you go. Is looking at the '92 team and looking at this year's team, which team to you was more impressive? Not who's better, but just which team was more impressive to you?
Man, I thought that '92 team, and let me tell you why. In terms of talent, like, let's forget it, man. These kids today, man, they more talented and more skilled than we ever was. Like, nobody shot the ball like Steph shot that ball. Nobody shot the ball like Durant shot the ball, shoot the ball. And then you ready for this? And we back then we had 2 or 3 dudes that could jump like a Dominique Wilkins and George, but everybody bouncing over the rim now like that. They jumping like that. You know what I'm saying? So I would say the '92 because of how they did it with basics. It was basic stuff. It wasn't no cute stuff. And then you had real leaders like the Magic Johnson and the Larry Birds. You had real leaders on that team that led that team, and that's what that like Rev alluded to. There's no leaders on that team. Who's gonna be the leader now? Ant-Man? Who's gonna be the leader? Morant? Who's gonna be the leader? Who is the leader? Caught up. All I want to be, no offense to them, but they want to be rappers and do other stuff. They don't love this game. But I'm gonna tell you something. Some of these kids, they like it, and when you get the paper, man, it's hard when these guys get millions of dollars to be like, man, I ain't finished. I'm just gonna do just enough. You know what I'm saying? But when you got guys that really love it and they play the game like they broke, you gotta have a certain respect for those type of guys. And that's the LeBrons. That's the Steph. These guys are obsessed with being successful, not winning, being successful as a team. And until we get to that point, man, we're gonna have a problem for a long time because the Europeans are already there, bro. They there. So that's my take.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the women's game. see if you can make Rev smile again. Talk about the women's game and what they brought to your eyes, especially over in the Olympics and in the WNBA as well.
Well, the same thing. See, first of all, it's all political, man. The two girls, that girl Reese and the other girl Kayla, man, they probably two of the best players in the NBA right now in the world. And they wasn't a part of that team for whatever reason. I don't know, but they should have been a part of that team, bro. Like they just too good of basketball players. And they know how to play. Like Kayla, that girl, she's a walking assist and a walking bucket, a walking assist and a walking bucket, and she tough. And the other girl, she get every doggone rebound. See what I'm saying? So it just messed me up when they didn't make the team. So it's a lot of animosity. And then you got the girl who 40 years old still on the team. You know what I mean? So yeah. So Teriyaki, what's her name? Play with UConn.
Nia Taurasi.
Yeah. They got her on the team. But But you saw it though, man. The French team, the same thing with the men team, man. Across the board, man, they do it the right way, bro. And guess what? They signed one of those girls from France. She's a ball player. She should sign with Seattle or somebody here in the NBA, WNBA.
Yeah, Gabby Williams.
Yup. So it's the same thing, man. We got to do a better job, man. Because I think a lot of times what's happening, we getting so caught up in the hype, we're forgetting about, what this really is all about, especially when we're trying to go represent this country, man. And everything, and it's hard. Like I say, guys making millions of dollars to lead them egos at the door, man. When everybody telling you the best player in the world, it's hard. So you got to be a special person, man. Like the Kobe's and then Michael and the Magic, and those are special people, man. And the LeBron, them are special dudes, man. Dude got everything in the world. This nigga diving on the floor for loose ball and taking charges. What? At 40 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so he leading by example. This is not talk. He walking the walk. And so we can go now. Everybody can say what they want to. Michael Jordan was the most dynamic, best athlete in the world. But in terms of the best basketball, I done shifted to LeBron, man, because he's been doing it for so long. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at, bro.
Well, you go Red got a Kool-Aid smile now.
Ain't no argument from me on that statement. He gets an amen on that. I've been telling folks, LeBron is a better basketball player. Complete, more complete.
Yep.
Yeah, we got Coach over there quiet. Coach, you got anything for Bo you want to ask?
No, I just been sitting and enjoying the points being made and the from both guys. I coached basketball before Red used to. Red beat me several times, so I didn't want to say nothing, but Red whooped me on the court. So hey, but you just it's all about these kids, and y'all have touched on it so many times. Fundamentals got to be taught if you want these kids to get better. I look at a joker like when y'all were telling people. I look at Jokic. Jokic can't jump over a flat quarter, but who can beat him out there on the court when he start thinking and start showing you what to do with that ball and doing what he does? Man, like I said, those people overseas are catching up, and in 2028, they're gonna be already caught up, and they're gonna get those teams together. And the USA gonna be maybe embarrassed.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
All right. Speaking of being embarrassed, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into some SRT fun bag. Bo, hang in there with us if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do some SRT fun bag. This is Coach, one of Coach's favorite segments.
Here we go.
Yeah, he like this. And Coach, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask Rev and Bo the question I asked y'all last week to start it off. Is two truths and a lie. I'm gonna ask the same exact one.
I'm gonna be quiet.
See if they can get it. All right, Bo and Rev, I'm gonna ask you three things. I'm gonna say three things. Two of them are gonna be true. One is gonna be a lie. You either tell me the two truths or you tell me the one lie. And they all athletic. So They're all born related. Steph Curry, born in Akron, Ohio. Ludacris, born in Marietta, Georgia. Kanye West, born in Atlanta, Georgia. Those are the three. Two of those are true, and one is a lie. Anybody want to take a stab at that?
Let me take a stab.
Go ahead.
Steph wasn't born in Akron, Ohio, I don't think.
Okay. So you think that's the lie?
I think that's the lie.
Okay. All right, Red, what you got?
I think the lie is Kanye West being born in Atlanta.
Oh.
look at Coach over there. Okay. All right, you ready for this? Both of y'all are wrong.
Wow.
Both of y'all are wrong on this. Do y'all want to take another stab before we get into the fun bag? No Googling now, Red. No Googling.
No, that shocked me.
Yeah.
That shocked me right there.
That's deep. So
Yeah.
So say it one more time. Give it to me one more time.
Steph Curry born in Akron, Ohio, the same place where LeBron is from.
Okay.
Kanye West born right here in the great state of Atlanta, Georgia. Same place where Bankhead Seafood is. Ludacris born in Marietta, Georgia. He went to Tri-Cities High School here in Atlanta.
Well, then that's the lie then.
Yeah.
When you say he went to Tri-Cities and was born in Marietta, I don't know how you go from Marietta to go to East.
I say he was born, not raised, but born.
No, regardless, you don't go from Marietta to East Point.
Right.
So I think that's the lie.
Right.
You don't go from Marietta to East Point. That's as Bomani Jones would say, that's hustling backwards.
All right, so Bo, what you got now?
I'm with Rev, man. I'm with Rev on that one.
Yeah. So, fellas, Ludacris was born in Illinois.
Wow.
Steph Curry was actually born in Akron, Ohio, and moved to Charlotte when he was 3 years old.
Wow.
And Kanye West,
he was born when his dad played for the Cavs, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that makes sense.
And yes, Kanye West was born here in Atlanta, Georgia, but moved to Chicago. But he was raised in Chicago.
I never heard Kanye ever be associated with Atlanta.
But I just wanted to educate you guys, before we get going, just to let y'all know, education goes a long way. Knowledge is power.
That's real.
All right, so I hope you learned some. Hope y'all learned something today.
I did, for sure.
Yeah. All right, so the first question, the SRT fun bag, is music more toxic today than it is from yesterday, from back then?
Say that again now.
Is music more toxic today than it was back then? Just think about that for a minute.
Wow. I mean, I gotta go because, like, back in the day, man, they used to be singing about something, man. Love, loving a woman, and even talking about, you know what I mean? Like,
well, let me make it. Let me do a little clear.
Yeah.
Is the toxicity of the music more toxic today than back then when Luke was out, NWA and all them.
Oh, so that's what you're referring to as back in the day, Luke and
not Al Green and all them.
Okay.
I had to clarify that.
That let me know I'm really old now. If we talk about Luke being old, I would say it's the same, man. Both of it's toxic because you were exploiting women back in that era. You were also encouraging in some of the music gangbanging back in the day. Today, it's toxic because you're teaching people to be illiterate because they don't even rap in complete sentences these days. So like language doesn't even matter. You don't even have to rhyme anymore. That's toxic. It don't even have to make sense. You just get any words that you want to put together, and as long as you have a tight beat, you got a good song.
Yeah. All right, Coach. What say you? Now I'm talking about this, Coach. Not Bo. You next, Bo.
I really don't listen to that kind of music. I'm a good Christian athlete, so I don't listen to that kind of music. No,
that's a good answer, Coach.
I mean, when you look at the music back in the day, like you said, you had Luke, you had NWA, you had all those influences.
I know, man. I got to use the restroom.
All right.
And now you got these guys that, like Rev say, a lot of this stuff, they talking about killing and doing all this other stuff. And like I said, not showing women any respect. So yeah, I'm like Rev, it's almost even. But you look at somebody like Luke's songs were more party songs, but even though they were messing with women, but they wasn't no angry songs coming from Luke. He just had some very bad tendencies to do what he did to women. And
I'm not sure you heard all of the Luke.
Let's just say, Coach, if Luke did his music today, the Me Too movement be all over him.
Oh, he wouldn't have a chance. He wouldn't have a chance. They'll have his music, all his CDs or whatever, in a pile and burn them. Everything. They wouldn't let Luke get off the shelf. They were like,
all right,
no,
so
sir.
This is what I would say. Because you have more women being toxic today, I think it's more tolerable today. Not necessarily more toxic, but it's more tolerable because you got the Sexy Red, you got the Lotto, you got the Meg Thee Stallion talking like men talk back then.
Yeah.
They're just flipping it and talking about the other way. So
yeah,
I would say it's more tolerable today. Not necessarily more toxic, but more tolerable because it's the women doing it instead of the men.
So now you kind of nuanced it, Horace. I'm on to you. So you're talking more about society rather than the music. So if you're talking about society being more tolerable to toxic lyrics, that's not necessarily the music, that's more the society.
Okay, I can go with that. I can go with that for sure. But yeah. Oh, look, Aisha said Lil Kim. Lil Kim she started it, but she not in this era. We can't put her in this era.
But she would be represented to. She'll be back in the day because
she'll be represented back in the day.
Yeah,
so she got a
yeah,
lot of flack for that.
Yeah, because she was like one of the first female raunchy rap artists.
Yeah, her,
that
Brown.
That picture on her cover said a whole lot.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
You know who made it that way though?
Huh?
You know who made it that way?
P. Diddy.
No, Biggie.
Oh, Biggie.
Yeah. No, it's under Diddy umbrella.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, what can we say? All right, my next question is this. Your favorite ice cream, pick one out of these three. Bluebell, Mayfield, and Haagen-Dazs.
Nope. Yeah.
Bluebell for me.
Yeah, there
Bluebell
is nothing.
all day, every day.
Yeah, I'm agreeing, Rev. There's nothing I know better than Bluebell banana pudding ice cream.
Yep. I'm with that too.
Yeah.
I'm with that too.
Everybody got Bluebell, and I will tell you this. If you're a Bluebell fan, please, it's an absolutely imperative that you go out, and they're hard to find. But when you do find it, find Bluebell Millennium ice cream. The best ice cream I've ever had in my life. I promise. Millennium. MOO Millennium.
Okay.
Right.
Try
I
Millennium.
can't eat ice cream like I used to, and I'll just leave it that way.
All right, well, buy for somebody and let them tell you.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that.
So, yeah, buy for somebody and let them tell you about it. Okay, my third question is this. I just got through watching a documentary about this, so it prompted me to ask. Was Johnny Gill more influential with New Edition or LSG?
I would probably say New Edition, because New Edition's brand to me is bigger than LSG's.
I think he had more number one. I think he had more number one hits with LSG though, but that's.
But longevity, like I can't remember the last time I heard the LSG reunion tour.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
So that's why I would say his influence is more so with New Edition because he's had longevity.
Right.
His name is still in the limelight even after his single days. New Edition brand still attracts and still has room to go on tour.
All right, Coach, what say you?
I got to go New Edition because you're looking at LSG, all them, when they came together, all of them were solo hit makers. So he couldn't influence them because they all had hits before they joined LSG. He couldn't influence them. When he came to New Edition, he kind of changed their sound a little bit. And even though Bobby or Ralph, whichever one, I don't think they wanted him to be the lead singer of the group, but Johnny could out sing all of them. So I'm gonna go with a New Edition.
All right, Bo, what you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with New Edition as well because in terms of longevity, and then the thing is Bobby was kind of tailing off with his voice, and Johnny came in and brought that strength to the group that gave him that made him more relevant even as they got older. So I would think he had a bigger impact, my opinion, with New Edition.
All right, well, that's a good one. I'm going with New Edition as well because, I mean, he entrenched himself into New Edition's group, and he kind of stayed there. So he's New Edition forever.
Right.
My next question: if you was a DJ for a group of people above the age 60, what is a must play at this party?
$60 is the bar. Okay.
I'm gonna go with Frankie Beverly and Maze Before I Let Go. I bet they dance.
That's what I was just about to say, man. Okay. That's what I was about to say.
I'm gonna go with Gap Band.
There you go.
I'm gonna go
What
with
particular
Gap
song for the Gap Band?
What the one Charlie Wilson? What's that song? He got several. Anything they got that was slow, I liked it. That's when we were slow dragging. You remember when we were slow dragging when we get close to the girl? and we be hunting. Y'all remember
that? Yeah, we call it dry rolling.
So depending upon what kind of gathering it is, if it's like a retirement type celebration for somebody 60 and over, or
let's say a birthday party.
Birthday party, then this song will have to be played at the birthday party, and that's Cool in the Game, Break Good Times.
There you go. Or cool in the
Yeah.
game celebration.
You heard me?
Yeah.
Cool in the game, celebrate, good time. Celebration.
Yeah.
Like you can't have a gathering of that age group and not have that song played.
Oh, I agree. For sure. I think Coach just dropped off, but I got one
Or
more
you can
question.
do any line dance. You know, they love line dance.
My last question for tonight: is there any such thing as too much money? Why or why not?
So it could be. The reason why is sometimes, as we see in sports and entertainment, people don't use wisdom when they spend it. So for some folk, having too much money or having more money that they know how to manage can be a bad thing, because we've seen in the sports realm, sports athletes, entertainers investing in things that lose their value as soon as you purchase them instead of increasing value. So, for instance, when you have a lot of money, some athletes who don't know how to manage money, they buy 5 and 6 cars, but only could drive one at a time. They have 7, 8 homes. And sometimes a lot of those same homes are foreclosed on because they're not making that same amount of money long term. So if you don't know how to manage your money, then having too much of it can be problematic.
That's a great point, Reb. All right, Coach, what you got? Is there any such thing as having too much money? Why not?
Yeah, that makes sense. Plenty of sense what Rev said. And I just go back to this rapper, E40, in this song with Outkast Players Ball. He said, don't buy an $85,000 car before you buy a house. And that was, I don't think these kids nowadays that play and get these checks live up to it. And I remember a guy telling me his nephew got into the league, signed a big contract, and thought he was gonna buy his mom and dad a house. Next thing you know, they got them taxes out that thing, and he was like, "Oops, I don't need to spend. I don't need it." A lot of folk don't need much money because, like Rev said, the lack of control. I'd like to find out if somebody want to help me get a winning Mega Millions ticket. I'll try to test that theory big time and see what I can do with it. I help everybody out.
Sound like we got Bo back. Bo, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Yup, man.
All right, my last question was, is there any such thing as having too much money? Why or why not?
Well, here's what I do know. One thing about money, it don't come with instructions. So, my thing, it depends on the person. Get a lot of money, they need to start giving it away, because a lot of money, you have a lot of problems. Some people say, give me the problem. Give me the problem. I make it, I'd rather take the problems and have the money. But some of them problems you don't want. So now, because when you get a whole bunch of money, now you got to start being concerned about people trying to kidnap family members and all kinds of stuff. So, for example, if I hit the lottery, ain't nobody gonna know. I send somebody to do it. Nobody gonna know. You know what I mean? I ain't let nobody know. I ain't gonna draw no unnecessary attention to myself. I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna make sure the people around me is good. And I'm gonna build a state-of-the-art facility, not just here in Atlanta, but I'm gonna scale it and bend it all over the state with classrooms. You know what I mean? So we can teach them. Okay, we got this basketball, so that when I shake your hand, look me in my eyes type stuff. We have all these initiatives, education enhancement program, health and wellness nutritional program, a financial initiative program, and have partnered up with nonprofits, and have our kids go out and participate in community service. And we can do that through basketball, but I don't want to go that deep. But I'm just saying, the more money, if you having too much money, I think depends on the person. I think it is such a thing as having too much money, my opinion, because I value life, man. You know what I mean? I value life. Just give me my necessities and what I need. You know what I mean? And I'm good. I rather, so, Yeah, because one thing about money, it's gonna come and it's gonna go. So, and it's just paper. You get the thing that you need. You know, so that's the way I look at it. So.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think we all on the same page. Depending on who has the money, it could be too much for some. I mean, and for some people, it doesn't exist because they know how to manage it.
Yeah.
Because money does need a manager. Just like coaches, just like players need coaches, money need a manager.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Well,
And that's one of the reasons why we have a financial initiative program adjacent to my AAU program. All the kids have to participate in that. I got this young lady that worked with Raymond James. She came through my program and graduated. So she be teaching these kids about, what is a 401k, how to balance a checkbook, what's the difference, what's a stock, you know what I mean? What's the difference between being rich and being wealthy? Just opening up the dialogue, man, having those conversations. And so, just little things like that. And that's how I'm trying to use this platform with this basketball, man. So, yeah.
Okay, leave right there.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. That's awesome now, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We have to wrap this thing up now. It's way overdue, but that's what we can do when you can do it on your own. You can go over as long as you want to and do it that way. So I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to Bo Bell, Rev, and Coach, and D Will, the coach, for coming through, man, and making this thing a real great show tonight, man. I sure appreciate it. It has been a great time. I really appreciate it. And I did forget one more boy stop. I thought about it as we was going on, I had a boy stop. And that's to the college football NCAA who votes on the All-American team. And Shedeur Sanders is the highest rated NIL player in the nation. And didn't even make the All-American, none of the All-American team, first, second, or third team. That is a boy stop. Say it again.
I said that's because of the prime factor.
Oh, probably so. Yeah, but that's a boy stop for sure.
Yeah, I got a boy stop real quick.
Okay, go ahead, Bo. Give me a boy stop.
All right, man. I went to the living. I went to see boxing, man. I seen a man hit a girl so hard, man. She just quit. Boy stop.
There it is. All right, Bo. Give me your shout outs real quick before we go.
Hey, man, first of all, Rev, y'all, man, thank you. It's been a pleasure talking and having this conversation with you guys. Nice meeting y'all. D. Will, Hancock, Harris, man, you guys are doing an amazing job as always, man. Thank y'all for having me. I want to shout out to the Bo Bell basketball family, but more so I want to shout out to my family, my wife, Regina, and my kids.
There it is. And if y'all didn't know, Bo Bell is a proud sponsor of Sports Roundtable. So we appreciate that and keep up the good work, Bo Bell. Thanks again. All right, Red, what you got for your shout out?
Big shout out to Bo Bell being on the right side of the basketball conversation. And I just continue to pray his basketball strength to continue to blow the trumpet and sound the alarm while playing basketball the right way. Shout out to you, Harsh, for the invitation to be on the show tonight. Shout out to Coach for contacting me to be on the show and being on the show with me on today. Shout out to Coatesville, Pennsylvania, that I'm representing now. Shout out to the First Baptist Church of Passtown that allows me to pastor and give me the freedom to do shows like this on a weekday. And shout out to Georgia representing during roll call yesterday at the Democratic National Convention, bringing out Little John and stealing the roll call show.
There it is. All right, Coach, what you got?
I'm giving shout out to nobody because I'm my own man. I don't care about nobody or nothing. No, just kidding. No. Now, shout out to you, Hars. Anytime you need me, and I appreciate you always calling. I'm always there because I be sitting chilling on Wednesday, waiting on the show. And you come, okay, here we go. And shout out to all you guys, Bo Bell. Keep doing what you're doing, Rev. I know what you're doing up there in the great pastime. I know you got those kids and everybody and your church members on lock until you put that Kansas City jersey on. So that's coming. And shout out H.O. to Hancock. Hancock, I know you somewhere watching. I done told you. You'll be on one day. I'm going to find you. And it's going to be on with you, brother. The bed is still there.
Oh, I talked to him the other day. He said, damn, coach, I'm not ducking. I'm not running. He said, trust me, you want to see that bet go down.
Right.
All right, with that being said, fellas, it's time to get up out of here. I want to shout out all the people who tuned in to listen tonight. Man, we so appreciate the loyal listeners, the tenant, and everybody from the Red and Rev, so we appreciate that. Mobile, again, D-Real, you already know. The show will be up probably as soon as Friday, so you can go back and listen to it on all of the podcast platforms. And with that being said, R.I.P. Moms and Pops, R.I.P. PTC. This is H.O. from Bankhead for Hancock, Rev, Coach, and Mobile. This is Sports Roundtable. We'll see y'all next week. We out.
We out.